All right. So here's a puzzle where apparently you have to be pulling fuses at a time to solve it.
Right, so you see this cloud, this is actually a cloud of element 99 that ties into that null zone that we were just in. The null zone's out of time, just like this fuse. So he gave me a chronolight, Dr. Viktor Beresov, and when I turn that on, I can actually see this come to life, and I can use the TMD to pull it through into my own time, so it becomes very tangible at that point.
If you didn't have the chronolight on, you wouldn't be able to pull it?
That's exactly right, yeah. So the chronolight opens up a lot of doors for me and allows me to solve puzzles. We layer the puzzles that way. This is one of our many mechanics to allow the player to move forward. So I put these puzzles, these fuses into the fuse box here. It powers up the door and I can open the door and progress.
So you're pulling things in and out of time. You're creating potential for paradoxes, it seems.
Absolutely, and we do play with that notion. Whenever you're dealing with time, I think you have that. So we actually have these functions called the ping, right? And so when I do that, I light up a pathway for me. It's these footsteps. And the pathway kind of ties into, what if I was here before? What if this is my fate? You know, am I my own father? I'm sorry, I ruined that joke. But in any case, so the paradoxes also can be seen in some of our other stuff. In other levels, for example, there's a bridge that you see breaking. And you have to fix it using the TMD, and when you get put back into 2010 after being pulled in 1950, the bridge gets broken right in front of you. So you have to ask yourself, did I just get here? Was I here before? How long ago did I leave? That sort of thing.
Now, how often can you use the ping? I mean, is it something that you only get a one-time shot per each level, or you can use it all the time?
The ping is useful at all times. We definitely don't want to handicap the player. We want them to feel like they have the ability to have access to anything at any time. So the ping is available all the time and as much as you need it. And if you need some guidance, it's the way to go.
All right.
So I'm going to step into what we call an echo event here. This is actually a ghostly moment that's trapped. It happened right after the accident in the 1950s, and you see it kind of ties into one of the things he was afraid of. So that man was clearly afraid of some things here. I have the TMD so I can age this guy forward. Those are some of our creatures called Zeks.
But they were chasing that guy in the past, and you shot them in the present.
Actually, it just looks that way.
Yeah.
He was running from something, but we're not clear on what he was running from. The present-day threat was very real, though.
No, I mean, you just aged the guy in order to destroy or age the demon, or I don't know. What are you calling? What
So
are you calling
it's a
them?
Zek. It's actually a human that's been transformed.
Okay, so you used it to age him. Essentially, like, how do you recharge, I guess, your weaponry that way?
Great question. So the TMD actually, it has that little meter down there, and what that does is tell you how much TMD juice you have left. So if you age a guy, it's pretty draining on the TMD, and it will take a bit to recharge. If you use a function like our pulse function, which allows you to push things in and out of phase or just blow up nearby enemies, it can be used as a melee function. If I do it like that, it'll actually recharge right away. So it just depends on what you're using it for.
So you don't need to find health packs or things of that nature or charge stations. You're just basically an amount of time needs to pass in order for it to recharge itself.
Exactly, yeah, it's just a cooldown that we built in. We found that it's a lot of fun to burn everyone, but it also takes away from the challenge of the game.
Yeah, it seems like a fun but an easy weapon.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh, it looks like you got some neighbors.
So the Spetsnaz, these guys, these are ex-military hired guns, and what they are is they're here to protect the island. They're here to be here to make sure that no one gets in or out, and they're deploying looking for me, actually, because they saw my plane crash. You see there our E99 pistol. It's one of our sci-fi weapons. I'll show you that in a second. So as they're patrolling, they run into some trouble with some of those creatures. The Zeks are running rampant on the island, and they're getting into a firefight with them. So as they jump down here, you'll see this is our deadlock, and this actually stops time within it. These bullets are stopping, so I can use it as cover. I can grab it and redeploy it, and it will cause everything within it to freeze.
So that soldier was trapped in time.
He was
frozen.
absolutely. So you'll see here too, I'll revert this guy backwards, and he turns into this sort of blind but very audibly perceptive creature that attacks nearby enemies. So they start shooting at him, and they got the consequence of having to deal with him. He's hard to kill, so you can use him strategically. He distracts your enemies, or he'll come after you if you're the nearest thing.
Was he kind of like spitting on those guys?
He was. He spits a sort of acidic fluid at them, and it's really sad. So I can run up, and if I'm fast enough, which I wasn't, I can grab the grenade. Using my chronostasis function, I'll actually stop things dead in time. So I'll show that off right here. Let me just take this guy out in a traditional manner. The guy taking cover back here, so I aged his cover down, but he stepped out and shoot him.
It's like those Discovery Channel documentaries.
Is the whole environment interactive? I mean, you just aged that cover down. I mean, is that just certain things? I just saw that one glowing then. So like certain things that are glowing, that's what you're able to change?
Yeah, so the way it works is that when the island was destroyed back in the 1950s, when it was covered in that Element 99 accident, what ended up happening was